Thanks for sticking with us. We're continuing our live coverage of a fire in Odessa this morning. We've been tracking that since earlier this morning. Our very own Amanda Mason is out at the scene of the fire with the latest. Amanda, what's going on out there?
Yes, right now we're at Grant and Ada, and I have the assistant chief right now, South Odessa. He's here with me. Can you give us a breakdown on what just happened? Can you talk about what happened when you guys first came on the scene and what's going on now?
Sure. So the guys were dispatched out about 3:30 this morning. When they arrived on scene, they had a lot of smoke and flames showing from the structure. They made entry for about 10 feet. They quickly identified that the second story of this structure was on fire, and from where they were, it was just not safe to be in there, so they pulled out. We quickly went defensive. Shortly after that, we put 3 of our aerials up in the air and started fighting defensive from there. We've been doing that since that time.
Yeah, definitely for several hours. And what's interesting about this is y'all have also had the drone capabilities with the partnership with the Texas Rangers. Yes. Can you talk about how that helps you in fighting this particular fire? Because it seemed pretty fierce when we look at the temperature gauges.
Sure. Yes, we have been working in conjunction with them. We've been doing a little bit of cross training. We're helping them with some of their training on arson investigations and that type. And then in exchange, they're kind of helping us out with their drone. We've called them out to a couple different events, and when they show up, that gives us a different angle to be able to look at the fire from. In this particular fire, because it is such a large structure, it's hard to really identify where we need to focus our water streams at, and the drone helped us quite a bit with that. So.
And this is actually the Pioneer Furniture store. Now, this isn't the store itself, it's a storage area, but there's still furniture inside. So can you talk a little bit about the issues with having all of that furniture there and how that could cause more of a fire that you have to continue to battle?
Sure, yes. So that's the information that we got from the representative, is that they did use it for storage. Obviously, in any structure, the content inside the structure is what kind of flames the fire. It gives it the fuel that it needs to grow. And when you have a particular building like this where it's furniture and there's a lot of stock inside, that fire can be really intense and spreads really quickly. And so also just the structure itself is really difficult to maneuver with all of that stuff inside. So it just makes it really dangerous for our firefighters to be inside. Again, they made an attempt to try to go to quickly identified, which is what we want our supervisors to do in those situations. Captain Cruz did an excellent job in pulling back, getting started with a defensive fire, and I feel like we did a pretty good job stopping it. Obviously, this structure is probably a total loss when it comes down to it. We're going to have that evaluated by our investigators and also by the building officials' office, and see what we need to do there to make it safe for the community.
And last question, what is the containment right now? And also, it was fascinating to watch. You had the 2 ladders from above, and then you had also your crew from below, as you said, really focusing on the exterior, and now they're actually inside the building. Can you talk about the containment and what the situation is currently right now?
Yeah, so we feel like it's about 99% contained at this point. We're not seeing any more embers or flames, or the smoke debris has gone down to almost nothing. And so at this point, we're making entry in certain areas just to be safe, and seeing if we can, because of the way the structure is, the roof collapsed onto the second story, which kind of created some void pockets in there. So we're trying to find a way to try to hit those spots to make sure it doesn't reignite later on today. So.
Well, Assistant Chief Ortega, thank you so much for being here. Again, Odessa Fire Rescue, 99% contained, but the exciting thing is we did get a chance to see some of that drone footage. So stay tuned on yourbasin.com, and also download the Your Basin app to see more of the inside look on the partnership that y'all have had in battling this fire. Pretty incredible stuff. But for now, in Odessa, for Fox 24 News, I'm Amanda Mason.